Good morning, boys and girls. Teacher Ashley here. We are going to talk about oceans today, but first we need to start with our calendar. So I have the number. It's a 1 and a 2. That makes 12. Today is May 12th, 2020. Should we count all the way to 12? That's not too far. I think you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And it is still springtime, but we've had some really nice weather. It kind of felt like summer, didn't it? So one fun thing that we like to do in the summer is go to the water. Do you go to the water when it's hot? Do you put up a sprinkler or maybe a pool at your house? But where's that water coming from? The earth is covered in water. I have a picture for you. This is the whole world. Now the world is a sphere. Remember when we talked about sphere? It's like a circle, but you can see all the way around it. This is a map of the world, and the green color, that's the land, and we live right up here in this corner. But all the blue, that is the oceans. And the ocean that we live closest to up here in Washington is the Pacific Ocean. That starts with a P, like Pee-wee Penguin, Pacific. That's all this water over here. So in the Pacific Ocean, there are lots of animals. And the animals that live in the ocean are different than the animals that live in the lakes or the ponds or the creeks and the rivers. So if you go to Linden City Park, you can see Fish Trap Creek. And there are fish that live in there. If you are driving in or out of Linden, you're gonna go across a bridge. That's the Nooksack River. That's bigger than a creek. And there are bigger fish that live in there and all sorts of other animals that use the area around that for their homes, like frogs. And if you are also driving out, you're gonna cross over Weiser Lake. That's another type of water. It's not as big as the ocean, but instead of going whoosh like the creeks and the rivers, it just stays in its space. So we have creeks and rivers and ponds, which is like a lake only smaller, and the lakes, and they all get water or give water to the oceans all around. So what kind of animals live in the ocean? A crab. Have you ever gone to Birch Bay or maybe down to Boulevard Park and found the little sand crabs? They live in the ocean. Ooh, that is a sea snake. I have never seen one of those up here, but it lives deep in the ocean. A coral sea snake. It lives in the coral. Ooh, that's a pretty fish. It's called an angelfish. They live in the deep water. Ooh, do you know what that's called? It has 8 legs and all those little sticky suction cups on them. That's a big octopus. Ooh, can you tell what that is? They live together with their families and they make a really high-pitched noise to talk to each other. That's a dolphin. Oh, here's a clownfish. I bet some of you have seen a movie that has a clownfish in it. Finding Nemo. Nemo and his dad, they're clownfish. Ooh, a pufferfish. These kind of fish put lots of air in their cheeks and make themselves really big so they can be scary to the other fish or maybe something that wants to eat them. Like a shark. Sharks live in the ocean, but they don't live in the ocean by us. It's too cold, so don't worry. A starfish. You can find those if you go to Birch Bay. Now this starfish has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sparkly points. No, it's not very sparkly,
but it does have 5 points, just like Stella Star. But sometimes starfish only have 2 or 3. Sometimes they might have like 10, 11, 12 little arms that come out. They can get really big. Oh, and a sea turtle. Now these guys are really big and they live deep in the ocean. It's not like the turtles that you would find if you were around here. And we're back to the map. So I have a game for you today. I have pictures of animals and I need your help knowing if they are gonna live in the ocean or if they are gonna live in the woods. So the ocean habitat means the place where animals live, or the woodland habitat. So let's see, we are starting with a seahorse. Now his name kind of gives it away. Where do you think a seahorse lives? Does a seahorse live in the water or in the woods? Of course it lives in the water. Why would something with the word sea in his name live in the woods? All right. Can you tell what that is? It's an owl. Does an owl swim in the ocean? No, that would be silly. They live in trees. The owl lives in the woods. Oh, we saw a picture of this one. Do you remember what this animal is? That's an octopus. And it's swimming in the ocean with all 8 of its legs. Ooh, this is a tricky animal. This is a badger. Does that furry guy look like he would live in the ocean? Or does he look like he would live in the woods? He lives in the woods. All right, this is a very, very, very big animal. It's a whale. Does a whale swim through the trees? No, silly teacher. They live in the ocean. Okay, how about this guy? What do you think? Do you know what that is? That's a fox. Does a fox live in the ocean or in the woods? You're right, the fox lives in the woods. That furry tail would not be very good for swimming, would it? All right, how about this? It's one of those big sea turtles. Oh man, it's another one whose name gives it away. A sea turtle lives in the sea. Let's put him in the ocean. Okay, I only have 3 more. That's called a mole. They like it dark. And I don't think they're very good swimmers, so we're gonna put him in the woods. Okay. Does this look like an animal that would live in the ocean? No, silly teacher, that's a deer. Deer live in the woods. I think they can swim though. But what about this? Is that an animal that swims? It is, it's a shark. We better put it in the ocean. Okay, you did so good. You did so good. I'm gonna read you a story called What Under the Ocean. Now this has great pictures in it of real animals, including people. Look at that. Look at the ocean. It is very big. Did you know oceans cover most of planet Earth? Remember we talked about the blue is the water and the green is the land? Look at all that blue. It is very deep. This person is swimming down, 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 and they have a hose connected that's giving them safety net to get to their boat, and they're breathing special air. All right. What lives under the ocean? Fish do. Some are large. Oh, do you see the person there? It's next to a big whale. And some are small. All of those fish are fitting into somebody's hand. Can we try to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 fish fit in his hand. That's much smaller than a whale. Some come in beautiful, bright colors. There's that clownfish again, and the angelfish. That one is so bright, oh my goodness. Look who's swimming by, a shark. Look at all those teeth. One kind of shark has a head like a hammer. They call it a hammerhead shark. That's pretty silly. Here is a giant sea turtle. Sea turtles can swim faster than humans because they have flippers, not legs. They don't walk very fast, but they sure can swim fast. Can you see the biggest animal in the ocean? Give you a hint. Here's the person. Here's that animal. It's very dark under the ocean. It is a blue whale. Blue whale is as long as 3 school buses. I don't know about you, but I think school buses are really big. This whale is 3 buses in a row. Oh my goodness. Here comes some of the smallest animals in the ocean. It's a tiny seahorse. Turn that page for you, boys and girls. All right. Here is a baby dolphin. It's swimming with its mother. They jump up and dive down, staying close to its family. If you go deep in the ocean, you'll find animals like this. And he uses camouflage down there in the dirt. This is a sponge. Did you know that sponges are animals? Not the one that you have in your kitchen, of course. Corals live down here too. What else? Lots of fish and other animals live on the coral reef. Millions of corals make up what's called the coral reef. That's when they're all together. Do you see the crab? Look at those pinchers. Ouch! Watch out. Don't get in its way. It may pinch you if you do. Now the little sand crabs that we can find if you go to the park, they're not gonna have big pinchers like that, but sometimes you'll see this kind of crab if you go to Birch Bay, so be careful. Seaweeds are plants. Some are very small, and they'll wash up on the shore. And some are very, very long. Look, this person is swimming through a tunnel of seaweed. It's almost like trees growing under the ocean. Millions of animals and plants live in the ocean. The ocean is their home. The end. All right. Well, thank you for learning about the ocean with me today. I hope you get a chance to go see some water, maybe the ocean, or maybe just a lake or a river, or just the creek at the park. Bye, boys and girls.